week off, which potentially would have iced the game for the Eagles. And I don't care if you're a kicker, but Alex Henry can't come up with that fumble. It's coming at him just like a ground ball and takes a nice big hop. Clearly, I think, scared to get destroyed when he picks up the ball. But hey, that's something you got to do for your team. Another thing of concern for me was where Shady McCoy was. I don't think it was any of his fault. He certainly had some big plays, a 70-yard catch, but 11 carries and 20 total run plays for the Eagles. And that's not what you're expecting from the Chip Kelly offense, certainly not after last week where they double up on run plays to pass plays, that is. So that was interesting. The fact that they got no pass rush on a weak defensive line, a weak offensive line with the strong offensive line that we have, was certainly, I don't know if it's concerning or it seems like it could be an anomaly. But to give Phillip Rivers so much time was really, to me, one of the big differences in the game. And because of that, you weren't able to get any interception opportunities and you weren't able to get any sacks on the quarterback. And it was really easy for them to convert on third down because of that. And that's one of the other things that concerns me is that they were awful on third down defense. Wound up being 10 of 15. For the Chargers on third down efficiency, but at some point I believe they were 8 of 9, and it's just going to kill your team if you can't get off the field on third down. And that was part of the reason that the Eagles only had, I believe, 59 plays on Sunday. And again, a lot of that has to do with the pass rush, but you got to be able to cover, especially they weren't all third and short. They were third and long, and the coverage was pretty bad. And I'm going to transition now between last week's game, looking forward to the Thursday night game against the Chiefs. And I blame a lot of that on the really poor play of Nate Allen. He really sucked. I can't say it any other way. Nate Allen was terrible. And I'm calling, please, for starting Earl Wolff this week and giving him the opportunity. He certainly held his own, I believe. I didn't see him get beat too much when he started to play later in the game. But, please start him over Nate Allen, because I can't stand to watch another horrible effort from our secondary. And obviously you can't blame that all on Nate Allen, but he was just getting burned. He was playing off. I don't know what he was doing. Missed tackles. A lot of what we saw in the last year and the season before that. So, and not only do you want to start him, Earl Wolff, that is, because Nate Allen sucks, and because Earl Wolff, I believe, has deserved the opportunity to get some time in there. But you have Andy Reid coming into town, and the only guy that he knows that was part of his secondary when he was the coach here last year, and the year before, of course, was Nate Allen. So I think you want to go with a guy that he doesn't know as much, doesn't know his tendencies, and I think that'll give your defense a bit of a step up from what they might be looking at, because Andy Reid knows that Nate Allen is not the greatest safety, despite being the one that selected him in the second round, and he's going to pick him apart. If I were him, I would pick him apart. So you have to do that. But also, like we couldn't get against San Diego, you have to get pressure. You have to make Alex Smith think about the pressure coming in his face and the thought that he might be blindsided. And he's not a great quarterback. He is a solid quarterback. And to me, solid quarterbacks you put on your ass, and they're going to play differently, and they're going to make poor throws. And honestly, that's what we need with our secondary right now. And that's the case with Tom Brady, with Aaron Rodgers, with all these guys. If you get pressure, you make them less effective. So we need that. But like any other team, any other game, we have to score in the red zone. I think we have a chance at winning this game. I think it's more even than you might think after this past week. And I think if we would have won that game, everyone would still be off the charts, insane, really, about how positive that they are with the team and with the offense. But you got a short week for the Chiefs to prepare. We have a history in the NFL of home teams winning Thursday night football games. So let's hope that the combination of those things and the team and fans certainly being real intense and involved in this one is going to help us be victorious. But we'll see what happens. No predictions from me this week. I'm too scared, and I don't want to jinx the team. But let's hope for a victory from both our Sun Devils and Eagles, and we'll discuss each game and the games in the following weeks in our next podcast. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.